me humor.
Well, just since I've been brought up in this conversation. People need to realize that these things are a step-by-step approach. It didn't start off with chucking people in chambers, folks. It starts off by dehumanizing your opposition and going from there.
Yeah,
that's why
pretty much what she said.
Exactly. Freedom of speech is absolutely necessary. And those who find that uncomfortable, I'm sorry to say, whether they're friend or foe, they're part of the problem. Whether they know it or not, they're part of the problem. And the solution to free speech is more free speech. It's not censorship. It's not saying you're uncomfortable. It's not bribing your way to shut someone up. It's about how do we respond to someone's freedom of speech with more freedom of speech to counter that, okay? There's nothing wrong with me changing my voice and sounding like RFK Jr., okay? Because that's how it sounds.
Let's cut on the ears, please.
Okay? That's how he sounds. That's not a falsification. That's how he sounds. And if you have a problem with that, well, then that's your problem. It's not mine. And this is the thing we need to understand. When you, as a moderate, give ground to radicals, they're going to swallow up your space. Sucker Punch is a great example of that. Unfortunately.
That's the crappiest part of it.
What was that, Des?
That's the worst part of it. Exactly. Because sometimes it's so normal to just, in a normal, moderate mindset, be like, yeah, there's no problem with that. But somebody's going to take it, a radical is going to take it, and going to turn it into a problem 2 years later.
Yep.
I promise you that if she has, like, if Erika Ishii has kept these views for herself and not trying to basically define herself by those views and just focus on promoting the game, none of this would have happened. Like, I don't care in general if an actor, if a voice actor for a game believes in anything. If like, they can be a flat earther, they can be a leftist, they can be extreme right wing, they can be extremely religious, they can be an atheist. I don't care. I don't want you using that platform or using your sudden celebrity status because we know that you're voicing, let's say, the main character in this game, to use that platform to voice those opinions. You became famous because you're a voice actor for, let's say, this game or this anime, or you're an actor. That's why you became famous. Nobody asked you for that. And Ricky Gervais, by the way, absolutely nailed it in 2018. Most of these people went to school less than Greta Thunberg. They don't have any right to teach, voice, and demand any authority on their political or world views. They don't. And they shouldn't, because that's not what they are famous for. You want to become famous for being a political figure? Become a fucking political figure and get famous for that. And watch out for bullets.
Yeah, that's what's kind of like my point, that I was very baffled, like, why are those actors all of a sudden so vocal about those things? Like, who cares about politics? I just want to see them in a movie to perform like what they're supposed to do. But nowadays, they actually changing characters to fit the actors now. That's a totally separate issue, but it still connects to the woke mindset, because actors are so ridiculously pompous and, spoiled and whatever, that they now expect that the character should fit them and not the other way around. So this is so ridiculous. We have countless examples of this happening today, like The Rock playing whatever character is made for him, Jason Momoa playing Aquaman, although, I mean, he was...
Pascal effect.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal, whatever Pedro Pascal is playing. Although he did actually a good normal Reed Richards, which is crazy, but it still counts for such an example just because he decided to leave his mustache on, and Reed Richards doesn't have a freaking mustache on.
Empress, we gotta Empress, we got to keep you away from Pedro Pascal. We got to keep you away from him, especially if he gets anxious. You know
that's
how
a lot of
anxious he gets
anxiety.
around women.
That's a lot.
Oh, oh yeah. That's very funny. Yeah, he gets anxiety. He starts touching women. Funny how that works.
Look, the more attractive you are as a woman, the more anxious he gets. That's why Bella Ramsey was cast with him during The Last of Us, so that he wouldn't do that sort of thing. How do you think the lady in Fantastic Four got pregnant? Live action.
I'm planning on being extremely anxious this weekend.
Oh my goodness! But I don't know if Ghosts of Yotei is going to succeed. It is a PS5 exclusive for now.
I heard a rumor about the budget. I don't know if you guys heard it too. I heard that the budget was actually really small. I don't know if it's true yet. I didn't confirm it. If it is true, it may just make it without flopping, but yeah, if not, if we're looking at another situation like Spider-Man where they do double the budget, it's probably not going to do very well.
No, I don't think it's going to do well from a commercial standpoint. Where I think it will do well is especially with the Sony ponies, look at our exclusive. Look how well it's doing on PS5. Look at all these sales, console exclusivity, bro, for the win, bro.
They already started before launch, showing the pre-orders. Like, hey, look, it's #1 pre-orders everywhere. And then you look at other games that are coming out, and there's barely anything. But yeah, look, it's #1. Yeah, PlayStation says that it's #1.
Yeah, that's what I said about Velgart, about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, same thing. It's all the time.
Yeah, like the most pre-orders of all time, everything, and like it flops. And this is an exclusive, by the way, which in itself is hurt. It's a lot of hurt for them. If it were to release on all platforms, that's probably going to be better. But no, in this day and age, nope.
Console exclusivity did real well for Final Fantasy 16, didn't it? But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we like to keep these shows at around 2 hours for the Empress's sake, because she needs sleep and a social life like most attractive women. So what we're going to do, we're going into in the future plans and a solid conclusion, and we're going to start off with Helzo. Take it away.
Thank you very much.